I remember the chill of dawn, the factory whistle cutting through the silence. At just 8 years old, I'd stumble out of bed, not for play, but for a grueling 14-hour shift. The air was thick with smoke, the machines roared like beasts, and my hands were small but quick, working to keep up. Each day, I watched my friends, faces smudged with soot, their laughter drowned out by the clatter of gears. We were just children, yet we carried the weight of the world on our tiny shoulders, trapped in a cycle of labor that stole our youth. This was our reality, a life forged in the shadows of industry.
The 1800s in Britain were a time of transformation, but not without a heavy cost. Picture the smoke rising from coal mines, where children as young as 6 toiled in darkness, their small hands working tirelessly to support their families. In textile mills, the air was thick with cotton dust, and young girls labored long hours, their innocence stripped away by the relentless machines. And then there were the chimney sweeps, tiny figures climbing into soot-filled chimneys, risking their lives for mere pennies. This was the harsh reality of the Industrial Revolution, where progress often came at the expense of the most vulnerable. The streets were cramped, bustling with workers, yet filled with the echoes of lost childhoods. I remember the long shifts, 12 to 16 hours, where the air was thick with dust and the machines roared like angry beasts. We worked in a haze, coughing as we pushed through the grime. Injuries were a part of life, crushed fingers, broken bones, and sometimes, the worst fate of all. In the mines, we crawled through dark tunnels, dragging heavy coal carts, barely able to see. School was a distant dream, many of us never learned to read or write. We were just kids, trapped in a world that seemed to forget we existed. Reformers like Lord Shaftesbury were true champions of change. They fought tirelessly to improve the grim conditions of the working class. Thanks to their efforts, the 1833 Factory Act was passed, limiting the working hours for children. Imagine that, a law that finally recognized the rights of the youngest workers. By the late 1800s, education became compulsory, opening doors to a brighter future for countless children. These reforms didn't just change laws, they transformed lives, paving the way for a more just society. I often think about how school life has transformed over the years. Today's kids are glued to their screens, sharing memes and TikToks, laughing together in ways we never imagined. Back in my day, we had to rely on face-to-face jokes and the occasional prank note passed in class. Now, humor is instant and global. One viral video can spark laughter across continents. But it's not just about the laughs, it's about connection. Modern schoolchildren bond over shared experiences online, creating friendships that transcend borders. It's fascinating to see how their laughter reflects a world that's more interconnected, yet still, the essence of joy remains timeless.